Hi, I'm Jessica Green, and today we will be learning about unconditioned motivating operations. Motivating operations, or MOs, control the effectiveness of the reinforcer and determine when and how often a particular behavior occurs. In simpler terms, an MO will change how much you want something and how hard you will work to get it. Unconditioned motivating operations, or UMOs, establish or abolish the value of stimuli as a reinforcer without prior learning. The value-altering effects are unlearned and related to survival of the species, while the responses evoked or abated are learned behavior. The main UMOs in humans are food, water, sleep, activity, oxygen, sexual stimulation, temperature, either hot or cold, and painful stimulation. Deprivation establishes their effectiveness as reinforcers and increases the frequency of behaviors to acquire them. On the other hand, consumption of these stimuli abolishes their effectiveness as reinforcers and decreases the frequency of the behaviors to acquire them. UMOs related to temperature and painful stimulation function differently. Food is naturally reinforcing, but the value of it can be altered by deprivation and satiation. Photo 1 shows someone who has been deprived of food and is hungry. In this scenario, deprivation has established the value of food and evoked behaviors to acquire it. Photo 2 shows someone in a state of satiation. Here, the consumption of food has abolished its value and abated behaviors that produce it. The effects are temporary. The person in photo 1 will become satiated and the food will be abolished as a reinforcer, while the person in photo 2 will eventually be hungry again and food established as a reinforcer. Temperature change is a UMO that involves becoming uncomfortably warm or cold. Being too warm establishes becoming cooler as a reinforcer and will evoke behavior to increase cooling. Being uncomfortably cold establishes becoming warmer as a reinforcer and evokes behavior that will increase warming. When it is snowing outside, the cold temperature establishes warmth as a reinforcer and evokes behaviors to increase warmth when going out. Playing in the snow can cause one to become uncomfortably cold. This will again evoke behaviors to increase warmth. So we go indoors, change out of wet clothes, drink a warm beverage, and snuggle up in a blanket. As we warm up, we may become uncomfortably warm, which establishes cooler temperatures as a reinforcer and evokes behaviors that lead to cooling or removing the blanket. Painful stimulation will establish pain reduction as a reinforcer that evokes escape behaviors with a history of pain reduction. Pain can also evoke aggressive behaviors towards others. For instance, if you experience a cramp in your leg, the cramp establishes its removal as a reinforcer that will evoke behaviors to remove the cramping. This may include stretching, massaging, taking pain relievers, or using a heating pad. Once the cramp is alleviated, pain reduction is abolished as a reinforcer and the behavior to relieve the pain will abate. This concludes my presentation on unconditioned motivating operations. In what ways have you observed unconditioned motivating operations working in your own life? Feel free to comment below.